Hello everyone, it's me. Today I'll be discussing about mood boards. So what is a mood board? So mood boards are visual presentations of a collage which consists of images, text and samples of objects using composition and that. So it's based on random anything really, like film, TV or an artistic project that you're going to do. I think always you need to have a mood board always. But not always, but I'd rather you do. So you know what you're looking for, what type of vision you're going for. If it's a very stylized film, then you know you have to include a mood board. So a mood board can be used to convey a general idea about a feeling or a feeling of about a particular topic. So yeah, and they could be digital or physical, and they are used as presentation tools. So there's apps that you can use to create mood boards, which are online. You can search it up if you like. Physical, like drawing them out, you can cut magazines and you can go on Google Images and put a mood board down. So the characters, what to include in the mood board. So characters is obviously what you need to include because you need to know what their name is, their age, their occupation, personality. So you need to know about the characters, otherwise you wouldn't get to understand who they are as a person, basically. And without a character, there's nothing. There's no story to it. And locations is where they are, like if it's set in the future or set in the past or set in the present. And what does the place look like? So props and wardrobe is important. For example, if you are doing an ethnic, if you're doing something based on a specific culture, like maybe Aboriginal, you need to research about Aboriginal culture because you wouldn't know what to include unless you search about Aboriginal culture. So you don't really offend the people or people that are part of that culture. So visual effects could be like, you know, special effects, like if it's live action or is it animated or whatever. And framing composition is really important because otherwise you wouldn't know what you want. You wouldn't be able to plan out how you want your shots to look and what angles you're going to use for your film. And lighting is very important because you want to know if it's dark or mysterious or if it's bright or whatever. Because lighting is kind of key, especially if you're creating a film like film noir inspired. Then you have to include some sort of lighting to go with that. And colors have to be warm, cool, muted because you need to know the color scheme. But if there's no specific color scheme, then you wouldn't need to worry about that. But I think framing, composition, and lighting is the most important part of filming because you have to plan it really carefully, to be able to get the right shots, the right lighting, the right angles and movements. Examples of mood boards include this one. This one's purely based on Google Images, magazine cutouts, and newspaper cutouts. And you can see it's based on an issue, like a political issue, like freedom of speech or going through some type of emotions. I think this is a very good example of a mood board. Like different cutouts do present different meaning of what this person wants to do for their project. And this one is also a cutout of different movie posters, film posters. Like the colors set the tone really of what this film's going to have in it. Like it's like a dark psychological thriller horror film. Like This person's included inspired films that they want to use for their film project. So, and film noir, of course, you need to, they have normally hard lighting and, you know, very dark shadows and, you know, everything's all dark. Film noir in French means dark film. And maybe this person wants to use like a neo noir type, and they give examples of films that that inspires them to create a film noir style film or thriller or psychological thriller or something. So this one's more about the color scheme of the film. So green represents wealth, success, ambition. Like here, it says ambition, and like the future is bright. And this one's more for what this person planned. They planned everything, what's going to happen in the film, what props are included, and what where the place is, and what style they're looking for, and what type of close-ups there are, shots there are, and like you know scenery and settings and so on and so forth. And this one is you can do it based on the real issue like crime, homelessness, drugs, you know. You can do something to do with that. And this one is more about, I guess, something to do with character development, like developing your characters. Because I think stories, without a character, the story is nothing, basically. Or there can be a story, but most of the time, most stories include characters. And what we need to get to know that character and bring them to life, otherwise, it'll be boring and this character will be one dimensional. So, like, main character's possessions, and they've annotated everything about this character and who this character really is and what the film looks like as well, what type of props they're going to use. And this one's more about the cinematography. Like I said, it's very important that you have the best cinematography. For example, this one, you can see what type of lighting they're using, like blue lighting and dark, harsh lighting, soft lighting, so on. I would say that you need to do research on that. Type if it's a close up, how do you want your shots to look? How do you want things to be filmed? Because that's really important. Especially if you're a director, you need to work closely with the camera person because you need to know what how to plan these shots and what shots you're going to include, and otherwise it wouldn't really look good. Cinematography is important because otherwise you wouldn't know what you're going to do on the day, and it's ridiculous if you don't plan anything. So this one's more about costumes. So costumes are very important. This for this film, in this case, yes, that costume is very important because you need to know about specific culture or specific time periods and that. So you know how historically accurate you really are with that. Because costume kind of gives away the setting, the time periods basically. Like if it's set in Victorian times or if it's set during the Tang Dynasty, like I guess this one is set during that time. I guess you have to show that and portray that. And this one is more pop art or fashion based. Like there's lots of pinks, it's very feminine colour. I like the colour scheme because it includes femininity, has lots of meaning to it, you know. And it's more of a fashion magazine, and it's very stylized as well. And this one is my own one. This one I did when I was in college, a very long time ago. It's few years ago now. And I decided that I want to tell a story about a CIA agent going on a trip and to do something, maybe to hunt down a killer or something. And that's it. So, which mood board do you like? If you don't like any of them, then maybe suggest what mood board idea you really want to do. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and never miss a thing. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.